the teacher, the student's examinations, contemplation. What does a landlord do when building a house? He supplies materials to the workers, but how the house will be made, he doesn't know. That's the job of the entrepreneur and the workers. At first, the materials are scattered, but as soon as the entrepreneur arrives, the workers organize them and start building. And the human body is similar to a house, built by the great master, and thoughts and feelings are the materials from which it is built. The construction of the human body is a long story. You have no idea how this happened. Because a person is born with a ready-made body, he thinks it's easy to create one. In the distant past, sight and hearing were not as developed as they are today. People perceived impressions from the outside world in a particular way. Just as an unborn child perceives impressions from the outside world in its mother's womb, so did people perceive impressions from the outside world when they were still in the womb of nature. Modern man considers eating to be the most important thing in his life. All day he thinks about what to eat and how to prepare it. Cooking takes up a large part of the day. If he eats meat, he thinks about where to get meat and how to cook it, to make meatballs, to stuff peppers. And the vegetarian thinks about what to cook. In the future, people will eat differently, and today's cooking will remain in the archives of human life as a relic. Now, as we look at the development of man, we see the phases he has gone through. The first phase is elementary consciousness. Man was distinguished by simple senses and perceptions, everything merged into one whole because he could not differentiate things. There was only one vital manifestation, one thought, one feeling within him. He thought that nature was like him. In the first phase of his development, man lived with the consciousness that there was only one world, the external, objective one. While living with this consciousness, he developed his observational abilities. This continued for thousands and millions of years. He was born, he died, he noticed that there were beings outside of him, but he was not interested in why they existed. There was almost no difference between him and the animals. Gradually his consciousness awakened, and he began to count, to make calculations, to compare facts. Thus he entered the realm of self-awareness, where the sense of music is born. With music, thought also awakens. Man enters the third phase of life and begins to work with time. He thinks, organizes his work according to it, makes calculations, and consciously observes the changes in life and nature.